Well, David, in a game that had almost everything, how do you feel about it now?
Well, you don't expect me to feel good about it, do you? No, not in a performance like that. But I have to give a lot of credit to our players because, to play Leeds United one Sunday, then another Sunday, and the Premier League put a game in between it, really difficult. So Leeds didn't have a game, we did. Is it an excuse? Yeah, a little bit. But I think it's a fair one.
That's it. With these games being rearranged, and you said before the game that you felt it was a little unfair, slowly but surely they'll catch up on you, will they?
Well, today it caught up on us because obviously the people who play against Leeds United will know the intensity you need to play. Most teams are glad to get the game out of the way when you play Leeds. We were in the Cup last week, we got through, and we're pleased we did. We knew we had them in the league as well, which is correct, but then the Premier League stuck the game in between, so it made it very difficult for us to have the energy to play as well as we'd have liked to have done today.
Where are those improvements that you need to make? We spoke to Declan Rice and he was saying a few individual errors perhaps that you need to clean up on for the next game.
Yeah, but that comes as well from fatigue and tiredness, mental tiredness from the games. So we found it difficult to get prepared quickly again, but we had to do it. But yeah, we made the mistakes today. It wasn't anybody else's fault, but I think there was other reasons for it as well.
It feels like an obvious question to ask about how you're feeling about the opportunity to give yourself that bit of distance in fourth at the moment, and perhaps a missed opportunity now.
Well, we've not been talking about fourth. We've been talking about trying to chase the teams in the top four if we can. We'll keep doing that. Players have made a really good go of it, I've got to say, doing brilliant in what they're doing. But today we were short and didn't play well enough in many areas of the pitch. But as I said, I think there's some mitigating circumstances for that.
There was an opportunity right towards the end, Jared Bowen, chance to make it 3-3. Did you think that was it?
I think he should score with his head. But he's been playing really well, Jared. And look, people who are scoring goals will always tell you about the ones they miss. But I thought it looked probably easier to score than it did to miss.
This situation that you're in at the moment where your games have been rearranged and other games are being called off, do you feel as a manager you would like a bit more clarity with the decisions to call games off?
Well, we've had no games rearranged. The only game we needed to get the Norwich game rearranged because Norwich had COVID, so we accept that. We've done our best at the club to try and make sure that the COVID rules are adhered to. And we've had good COVID like everybody else. We had it today, so it has an effect. But I can't understand the Premier League squeezing in that game. We've only got one game down when some of the teams are 4 or 5 games down. Leeds have got 2 games down and they didn't play a midweek game. So I'm asking the question why they've got 2 games to play. We had 1, but they squeezed theirs in, but not theirs.
Going to Old Trafford now in that game, how prepared do you feel for that?
Well, we'll get rid of this one. We'll get rid of this, get it out of our head the next couple of days and get ourselves ready for that the best we can.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. Cheers, Steve.
Mitigating circumstances, says David Moyes. The point he's making, I think, Graham, in relation to the postponements that we continue to see is that they had to play midweek, that rearranged game against Norwich, while others have been rested, and perhaps it's catching up with them.
Yeah, but I come back to, Dave, we spoke about this at the start of the show. I think it will even itself out. I'm a great believer that if you win the league, you've been the best team. If you get relegated, you're one of the worst 3 teams. And I think when you lose a game, and this was a game they thought they'd win after beating them at home last week in the FA Cup, they would have fancied themselves going into this game today. It's not happened for them. So everything's wrong. You mentioned his preparation. He couldn't get them prepared properly. Mentions playing an extra game. Of course there are issues. There are issues, but you can't say as a group everyone's been affected the same way. For whatever reason, they weren't. I thought they were decent today. I thought they were against a really good, high-energy Leeds United today, and they came unstuck. But I think that'll even itself out over the season.